The air crackled with an almost tangible energy, a digital electricity that seemed to vibrate in the very bones of millions across the globe. It was the kind of anticipation that only a cultural phenomenon could generate, the kind that transcended borders, languages, and demographics. For years, it had been whispered about in online forums, speculated upon in gaming magazines, and dreamt of by a legion of devoted fans. Now, finally, it was here. Grand Theft Auto 6 was about to drop. The hype was astronomical, a supernova of marketing and pent-up desire. Billboards screamed from every city corner, showcasing the sun-drenched, neon-soaked vistas of Vice City, reimagined and rebuilt for a new generation. Social media was a relentless torrent of speculation, leaks, some real, most fabricated, and memes. Pre-order records weren't just broken, they were atomized, vaporized into a fine digital mist. Rockstar Games, the developers, had promised the most immersive, realistic, and expansive open world ever created, a living, breathing ecosystem powered by a revolutionary new game engine. And from the carefully curated trailers and gameplay snippets they'd released, it seemed they had delivered. I was one of those millions, caught in the gravitational pull of the hype. My name is Alex, and I'm what you might call a hardcore gamer. Not a pro, not even close, but gaming was more than just a hobby for me. It was an escape, a passion, a way of life. And the GTA series, that was my holy grail. I'd spent countless hours lost in the sprawling landscapes of Liberty City, San Andreas, and Los Santos. I knew those digital worlds like the back of my hand, their hidden alleys, their secret rooftops, their intricate, interwoven storylines. I ran a small streaming channel, Vice Grip, where I mostly played GTA V, building a modest but loyal community of viewers who appreciated my meticulous approach to the game. I wasn't flashy. I didn't go for the crazy stunts or the chaotic rampages. I was a completionist, an explorer, a chronicler of the digital world. I noticed things others missed, the subtle details, the hidden narratives, the Easter eggs that hinted at a larger story beneath the surface. The announcement of GTA 6 had hit me like a lightning bolt. Vice City, my favorite. The neon-drenched streets, the synthwave soundtrack, the 80s vibe, all brought back to life in glorious, hyper-realistic detail. I'd followed every scrap of information, devoured every trailer, dissected every screenshot. I was ready. Then, a week before the official release, something unexpected happened. A shipping error, a glitch in the real-world matrix. My pre-ordered copy of GTA 6 arrived a full 7 days early. I couldn't believe my luck. It felt like winning the lottery, like the universe was rewarding me for my years of dedication. I immediately announced a special early access stream on my channel. My small community went wild. This was it. We were going to be among the first to experience the next evolution of gaming. Launch day, or rather, my own personal launch day arrived. I set up my streaming rig, adjusted my microphone, and took a deep breath. The game box sat before me, the iconic GTA 6 logo emblazoned on the front, a gateway to another world. I slid the disc into my console, the familiar whirring sound a prelude to something extraordinary. The intro sequence was breathtaking, a cinematic masterpiece that seamlessly transitioned into gameplay. And then, there I was, standing on the sun-drenched streets of Vice City, the humid air thick with the scent of salt, gasoline, and the promise of adventure. The level of detail was staggering. Every building, every car, every NPC seemed to possess a life of its own. The city felt alive, a vibrant, pulsating organism. I spent the first few hours just exploring, soaking it all in. I drove along the iconic Ocean Drive, the neon lights reflecting in the puddles left by a recent downpour. I walked along the beach, watching the waves crash against the shore, the sun setting in a blaze of orange and pink. I listened to the conversations of the NPCs, their voices a mix of English, Spanish, and Creole, their stories weaving a rich tapestry of life in this digital metropolis. My viewers were captivated, their comments scrolling by in a blur of excitement and awe. We were all experiencing something special, something groundbreaking. This wasn't just a game, it was a portal to another reality. But then, something felt off. It started subtly, a flicker in the textures of a building, a strange, almost imperceptible distortion in the reflection of a shop window. During one of my first missions, I noticed an NPC walking in a bizarre, jerky pattern, repeating the same movements over and over again like a broken record. I shrugged it off as a minor glitch. These things happen, especially in a game of this scale. But deep down, a seed of unease was planted. As I continued to play, the glitches became more frequent. Sometimes, the shadows seemed to move on their own, detaching themselves from the objects that cast them, stretching and contorting into impossible shapes. Other times, the audio would cut out for a split second, replaced by a strange, high-pitched whine. One evening, while cruising through the neon-lit streets of downtown, I heard it. A faint whisper, seemingly emanating from the car radio even though it was turned off. It was a voice, distorted and muffled, as if speaking from a great distance. I strained to hear, but it was just beyond the threshold of understanding. I dismissed it as my imagination, the result of too many hours spent immersed in the game. But the whispers persisted, growing more frequent, more insistent. They seemed to be calling my name, beckoning me, drawing me in. Sometimes they were mixed with what I could only describe as a rhythmic pulsing, not unlike a heartbeat. My viewers started to notice it too, their comments reflecting my own growing unease. Did anyone else hear that? What was that weird sound? Alex, are you okay? You seem a bit freaked out. I tried to play it cool, to laugh it off, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. This wasn't just a game anymore. Something else was going on, something hidden beneath the surface, something that was starting to bleed through the cracks of this meticulously crafted digital world. I started a thread on the biggest GTA forum, titled Strange Glitches and Audio Anomalies, Vice City. I detailed everything I had experienced, hoping that others had encountered similar issues. The thread was mostly ignored, dismissed as the ramblings of an over-imaginative player. A few users reported similar experiences, but they were quickly drowned out by the thousands of other posts about the game. But I knew, with a certainty that chilled me to the bone, that this was just the beginning. The glitches were a sign, a warning, a crack in the facade, and I was being pulled, inexorably, towards the darkness that lay beneath. The whispers were getting louder. They wanted me to listen, and I was starting to understand that I had no choice. The game had begun, and it wasn't just happening on the screen anymore. To be continued in Part 2, Down the Rabbit Hole,